hello. Hello to you too, motherfucker. Hello, motherfuckers. Hello, how is every motherfucker today? Sorry, that took a bit longer than necessary. Oh. Yumi!
Banana 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 banana.
Okay. Oh man, I could go for banana right now, but thank you for the resub. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Sprinkle Bells. Hello, Limey. Hello, Ellie. Oh, thank you for the hydrate as well. Hold on, I'll do that right now. Ocean, thank you so much for the lark as always. I also saw Dodger. Hi, Dodger. Hello, hello. Hello, Seagulls. Thank you for the lark. Ellie, hello. Amon. Nice cock, nice balls. Very good. Good work. Oh, Yumi, you're cramping. I'm sorry. We're in the same boat today. I'm cramping really badly too. So if I sound a bit pained, that's why. But I'm trying my best to work through it. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh my god, she said my name. We share the same name. Hello, LED Xmas Redacted. Hello. Yeah, I look very festive. I do look very festive. My cat Lucy is having zoomies right now. Lucy, don't step on that, please. Had my IUD reinserted today because it was... Oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. Faye, thank you for the love. I love you, Faye. Hello. How are you? Yumi, I am so sorry. I could never go through that. I'm gonna be so real with you. Jesus Christ. That completely... Wait, what was I gonna say? Right, sorry, I started a little bit later. Twitter and... Oh my god. Twitter is still giving me issues. Hold on. What the hell? Why is it doing that? Ugh. You know, I'm trying to post something on Twitter, but it doesn't let me. And now it tells me that I'm spamming it. What is that? What is this? What the hell? Greasy, thank you for the resub. Thank you. Lurking for now since I'm cocking on the side? Okay. Alright, enjoy your cocking. What are you cocking today? You're building Legos right now, Faye? Oh my god, I am so jealous. I love Legos. I do hope you feel better. I live in a house with 4 other women. 3 of them are at that age where they can have that.
Yet you're loved,
Jesus.
cared about, thought of, cherished. You're the brightest light in someone's darkest days. If life gets you down, just remember that you are stronger than you think you are. Lovers.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sprinkle. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. But yeah, Dodger, thank you so much. Yeah, it is rough. It is rough to be a woman. Wait, what? Was supposed to be an ad for this? Now I just look crazy? Oh, I see. I see. I could never get an IUD. This is why I got my tubes tied. Yeah. I would like to just have my whole thing just ripped out of me so I don't have to worry about anything anymore. But you know, they are not letting me do it yet because what if my future husband wants kids? I don't... I'd rather date women, thank you. But whatever, I guess. I do want a kid someday though, and I needed something to help my other issues. That makes sense, yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Have to hurry to a shop before it closes and run to work. Yeah, go ahead, Limey, go ahead. Also, burgers sound so good, Greasy. I'm jealous. No, that's fair, I have to. Yeah, true. Yeah, Faye is a parent already. Nibby, oh my god, Nibby, that... Oh my god. Wait, is that one of your emotes? Do we have Miss Moon emotes now? Oh my god. Wait, I need to go to your channel. Moon emotes! Guys! Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I didn't make it. It's from an emote bundle pack that looked like... I love that! Oh my god. I am so in love with it. It's so cute. I married a woman, so no kids for me. Good decision. They are placeholders until I can get proper emotes. Oh my god, I love these. I'm currently building the Fountain Garden Lego set. Oh, let me look at that. Hold on. Fountain Garden Lego. Ooh, that looks cute. Oh, that looks so that looks so cute to just put somewhere in your house. I like that. Oh my god, how am I already losing my voice? Jesus Christ. Half dozen adoptions fix that. I mean, yeah, true. You could always adopt, right? That is always an option. Oh, so it is. Oh my god, what the hell is... Hold on. Twitter is pissing me off so much lately. Okay, so why... You know what? I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. Okay, so what the fuck, bro? Alright. Yeah, whatever, I guess. Okay. I'm not wanting kids until I'm way older. I'm only 9. Yeah, you're way young. You're very young. Take your time with those kids. That sounds like a very smart idea. Also, yeah, true. Have you gotten any more weird messages? All the time now. All the time. You post a couple of... Oh, wait. I got another one just now. But yeah, like, you post one post about about your fucking frustrations with artists, right? And the post happens to go fucking viral. We're like 5k likes type of viral. And you suddenly get all kinds of fucking messages in your DMs. And I regret doing that now. I'm never airing my grievances on fucking Twitter anymore. I don't need that. Though I did meet a few very, very cool artists through that, at least. They are very sweet, very kind, and they have like amazing artwork. Oh, the one that left your audience? Yeah. The one that left my audience. Though, to be fair, it was pretty well received, mostly. It's just like some kind of... It hit some artists the wrong way, it seems. Because now they're just telling me to shut the fuck up. You don't know how it is to be an artist. Well, see, the thing is, I also have art commissions open. I know how it is to be an artist. I know that I suck at, like, keeping up. Like, I'm still working on Greasy's emotes because my fucking wrists hurts all the time. I have to delay all the time. But I'm still working on it, at least. And I'm not fucking ghosting Greasy. Greasy at least knows I'm still alive. You know? Hello, Stream Element. Hello. But yeah. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, bro. I saw the view count on one of them and went, oh no. Dude, I posted that. And then I went offline. And I woke up to so many fucking comments. It was insane. I don't like it. I'm not made for Twitter fame, bro. I want to stay in my corner. To be fair, though, I have no deadline on them and you keep me updated. Exactly. Like, at least I don't fucking ghost you and just take your money and run. Oh, that reminds me, actually. I'm gonna need to charge something back after stream. I have waited long enough. I am sick of it. I'm sick of it. Oh, you're good. If nobody disagreed with you, it wouldn't be normal. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't care if people agree or disagree with me, you know? I have my views on things and that's it. Get your money back, girl. I will. I've waited long enough. Like, my patience is running thin, you know what I mean? Pisses me off. Hi, Foxy. Streaking right now. Catch me if you can. No. Oh, is that a Chan emote? Cute. Cute, cute. Hi, Foxy. I hope you're doing well. Are you feeling better, Foxy? Quick question. So you're saying you got hate mail from somebody because of your opinion. Do you need to hit put out? Do you need to hit a hit put out on somebody? I'm on the cheap, like super cheap. Nah, you know, I usually just ignore them. I don't really have time to respond to idiots. But you know what, Dodger? Next time I need to put a hit out on somebody, I know who to go to. When Nibby is too busy. If Nibby is busy, you will be my second choice to go to. I'm good. I just had some cough syrup, kids edition, because it's... Oh, yeah, honestly, the kids edition is way better anyways. Nobody needs that grown-up cough syrup. Let's be honest here. I'm scared now. Now she knows who to ask to take care of us if we overdo it, chat. You'll be the first one, Greasy. In Minecraft. I can threaten my chat. But yeah, how is everyone today? Hi, Luca. Hello, hello. It's multivitamin. Let's fucking go. So, guys, we have long stream day today. I want to play at least one, maybe 2 games today from the Choose Wisely festival. And later on, we have a collab with the Goobers. So with Foxy and Nibby, and Alpha is punching me in the face. All right. What? Man. All right, I see. Why? Why am I getting punched? Oh my god. Help. He's abusing me. This is domestic abuse. I'm currently sick. Oh no, Luca. Please feel better soon. Everyone is sick these days, man. Everyone is sick. Alpha, go away. What's your problem? Abuse from the basement, exactly. Basement abuse. But hello, good morning to you. Yeah. But yeah, we're playing a couple of games today. And then we have schedule 1 later with Nibby and Foxy. Doing the drugs. In-game. In-game. Ah, man, I still can't see the 7 TV emotes, man. Why is this? In-game, yes. Nibby, can you show me all of the moon emotes?
Drink water, you
Alpha! I'm gonna annoy him on Discord now. Hello. Oh. You gotta get me some ibuprofen. Yeah, honestly, I just ordered like a new batch of that because I need it badly. I need it. Hi, Song. How you doing? I'll drink. Hold on. Okay, let me look at these. Ma, there's a weird-looking deer. Deer? Where's the deer that you were talking about? Hi, Roxy. That's crazy. Oh my god, the moon lazy is so cute. Oh my god, Nibby, these are so cute. I'm gonna ship myself. Hi, Roxy. How are you? Shit, like always, how about... I'm getting punched, so you know. God damn it, Alpha. Stop using bits to do... That's crazy. Hi, Twisted Error. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well as well. Welcome in, welcome in. And the bike, is the bike working or is it not? Hold on. No, it's working. You just missed. Teehee. They have other cats too. I can send you the shop later if you want. Oh, I wonder if I can have some that look like Lucy and Einstein. It's working. It's working, Gracie. It's alright. What is happening here? I am getting repeatedly punched in the face by my mod. And Greasy's throwing bikes at me. And I'm fawning over cat emotes. Alpha spent 10 euros. It's not 10 euros, it's like 1 euro. But yeah. Wee. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, the cat thing, I had to remove that for this outfit because it fucks a few things up. Like the bow in my head, it fucks up a few things. So I can't turn into a cat this December. I'm very sorry.
Stop it. Get some help.
Ah!
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
That's crazy. The wee is very quiet. I had a feeling it would be. I had a feeling. Can I change that like right now? Hold on, let me see. Wow. Why ain't you bald? That's crazy. How am I already losing my voice? Holy shit. Wait. How does Mix It Up work again? Cats? Sound. It's already max volume. Okay, I'm gonna need to up the volume in Audacity then. And then we have a louder wee. We are French now. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, yeah. How does Mix It Up work again? Godspeed, I got no idea either. I've been using this shit for like over a year now and I still don't know how it works properly. You know how it is. You gotta make some tea on the break, Ellie, please. Yeah, I will. If I can find some tea. I kind of ran out of tea, so I don't think I have any more. I did find some sleepy time tea in the back of my cupboard, but I don't think I should use that one when I stream. I can't do anything in the program without a tutorial, even if I've done it before. Hi, Cheese Man. Hello. It's because I'm here. Oh my fucking god, say less. I'm gonna send you a little care package. Oh my god. What is my chat doing? For Cribbers? No, you don't have to. Posting packages these days is too expensive. Don't do that. No packages. Guys, the tea I buy every year didn't get restocked this year. Oh my god, Nibby, I'm sorry. What kind of tea was it, Nibby? Faye motivated me to do what I planned but couldn't do because of the shittening yesterday. But probably later because I want to take care of a bit more studying before. Oh, yeah. Don't forget your studies. Wait, what did Faye say, though? What did Faye motivate you to do? The last thing I see from Faye is you can threaten me. I do that anyways. The extra fees and tariffs tanked her shop. I'm going to pass. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I guess that shop owner and I are in the same boat then. It was an oolong blend called Dark and Stormy Night. I'm addicted to it. Oh no. Yeah, don't we love those fucking tariffs, huh? don't we love them? Fucking looking for an actual job is fucking impossible. Why is the job market so fucking shit? I don't understand it. Having exams on Saturday, I hate it so much. Oh man, so close to. I hope everything goes well, Greasy. I hope everything goes well. Oh my god.
Drink water, you dehydrated
Ah,
bitch.
yeah, I will. Actually, I'll drink my vitamin water. Hold on. Let me... We praying for you. Yes, yes. Sending you my brain cells, singular. Drink check-in. Everyone drink. Yep, Yumi has spoken. Drink or die. Did you guys see what happened after the streamer awards? It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. Well, as a CEO billionaire that was reincarnated, like all those shows you've seen. Yeah.
What the dog doing?
Like all those shows. Hello, Christian the Jokester. Hello, it is I, Christian the Jokester, with Christmas jokes that will for sure knock your Christmas stocking off. P.S. I don't actually know if it's funny. Okay. Alright, hit me. Why did Santa hire a personal trainer? He wanted to slay the competition. Now I'm just imagining Santa like actually slaying, you know what I mean? Okay, Christian, that was a good joke. You can stay, you can stay. In Germany, it's weird now. I have been working closely with our recruitment for apprentices. Full-fledged employees have it hard to find new jobs, but actually, if people would take on apprenticeships, they would quickly find something, even in a lot of cases with guaranteed Übernahmen. I don't remember what the English name for that is either, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I get it, yeah. But yeah, like the job market is just crazy these days. Takeover, but yeah, is that like also like applied in like the job setting? Full employment, I guess you could say full employment, yeah. Yeah. God, it was such a mess this year. I heard the camera people could find the correct nominees in the crowd. Yeah, that was one thing. And there was like a lot of jokes that did not land well at all. It was overall so cringy. I had to watch Kenji watch the streamer awards so I wouldn't fucking cringe myself to death. So Ellie, if you need an apprenticeship at a German company, hit me up. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna come work. I'm gonna come be your co-worker, Gracie. Sigma uni friends trying to find jobs right now as well. Every application having like 300 to 400 applicants. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. It's like, yeah. I'm not sure how far it can still go on like this, but we'll see, I guess. I saw the queso joke on dude, the queso joke pissed me off. Like, we are past that, you know what I mean? We are past those kinds of jokes when it comes to queso. It's not funny anymore. It's literally not funny anymore. And like, on a fucking stage as well, where you can't even see his reaction or where he can't even fucking, like, you know, defend himself. What the fuck? What joke was made with Kate? Like, it was another fat joke, right? It was something like, So-and-so had 950 subs. Queso 8, 900 subs and shit like that. Like, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny in the slightest. It didn't hit with the audience either. You couldn't hear a single person laughing. As a fellow fat guy, I like fat jokes, but I feel like it's so overdone with... Exactly, like, when it comes to queso specifically, it's just so overdone. It's so overdone. But, you know... I will never work alongside you, Ellie. There's no way we would get anything done. Oh my god, true. We would just do all of the kinds of bullshit. We would never get anything done. Did you see the shitstorm Cutie Cinderella got for saying she would be happy if she never became a streamer? I saw that. Like, on one hand, I understand. But on the other hand, how about you stop being a streamer then and just... you know, go work as a cashier or something. If you're that unhappy, change your life. If you can get a job. Like, once again, like, if you can even find a job. But, like, that's neither here or there, right? Like, if you're unhappy as a streamer, why do you keep doing it? I saw so many posts about, oh, well, his community. Yeah, his community, not a random joke on a stage when he isn't there. Exactly. Like, it's not the same. Like, every now and then during his streams, it's funny because, you know, his reaction is funny. But just saying it on stage to random people without him even being there? Like, what the fuck did you try to achieve there? I swear to God, basically every clip I saw had me cringing so hard. Yeah, it was a hard watch. It was very hard to watch. I wonder if they will host it again next year after this. I mean, probably, because, you know, you need to have the circle jerk going, basically. It's like always the same with those award shows. It's something I never understood with award shows anyways. Like, I always found those, so I find them so stupid. Like, you know, we are out of fucking high school. Why do we still have popularity contests where, you know, it's just a popularity contest. Why are we still doing this? I want to congratulate Kai for getting over 1 million subs. He just barely beat out him who only oh, okay. Yeah. The joke was something like that, but yeah, and the crowd was completely silent. Cutie is such a mean girl. It made me so mad, yeah. Yeah, the saddest thing was to hate the peanut guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's something else I want to talk about. Why are we hating on a VTuber winning the VTuber awards? Why are we hating on this? Because the peanut guy is a VTuber. Technically he is. So why are we fucking mad about this? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why? Like, I even said something like, the fucking, like, the Twitter VTuber / VTweeter community is acting so fucking embarrassing, so loud, so unlikable all the time. And then they complain about the fucking people outside of our bubble considering us all unlikable, loud, and fucking embarrassing. Like, you are just shooting everyone in the fucking foot. You are just... Yeah, I don't... The burnt peanut is a VTuber by all definition. Just because he didn't spend like 10k on a big titty model doesn't mean that he isn't a VTuber. Why are we hating? Why are we hating? I don't understand it. They were also mad when they gave the top female VTuber to that one AI VTuber who wasn't even a female, just some guy that programmed her. Oh, you mean Vidal? I think Vidal is his name. The one who programmed Neurosummer? Yeah, like... They always find something to hate about. Yeah. Okay, Vidal and the Neuro Twins. Yeah. Like, They always find something to hate on either way. Like, let's be real. If Iron Mouse had won once again, 4th time in a row, then people would hate on Iron Mouse for just taking the win away from everyone. Like, let's be 100% real here. If Iron Mouse won instead, people would hate on her because she keeps winning anyways. If it hadn't been Burnt Peanut, it would have been Iron Mouse. Like, let's be so real here. I don't get why they hate when he gets custom models done for his streams. Leave them... Yeah, exactly. Like, leave... Just leave him alone. Man. People will never be happy. Nope. Nope. That's why I'm so happy I can just stay in my own lane and do whatever the fuck I want. But yeah. But yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh no, I clicked something. I can't see the chat anymore. Wait. Wait. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Okay, I can see you guys again. No, I can see you. No. Don't throw shit at me. Man. Okay, alright. I see how it is. Okay. Hi, Singer. Hello, hello. Hope you have a good stream. You got this. Thank you. I was lurking in your stream yesterday the whole time. It was very nice background noise to have. Hope you're doing well. Scatter is crazy. What the hell? But how about... Do I have anything else to yap about? Not really. I mean, I do, but like... Nothing really on topic right now. Okay, so we... Oh, no. Don't open that. We have our collab in... Is it in an hour or 2 hours? Maybe help. When is our collab? Opening Blender. It was Blender. It was actually Blender. I clicked on it by accident instead of fucking... Instead
it's
of
in
Discord.
3 hours. 3.
No, it's not in 3 hours. Man. Thank you for the sub, Crookie. Thank you for the resub. No, I opened it by accident. I clicked on it by accident. And then it started up. Always great spamming these moving emotes when they float around. That's true. They are very funny to look at. Flex. I'm not flexing. You know what? I'm a take it off my taskbar. I'm gonna take it off right now, so it's never happening again. Fuck you. Okay, 1 hour. We have
cheese.
We have cheese. We have 1 hour to play games. Ellie doing some modeling work with her impressive Blender. Oh my god, I fucking hate all of you. I need it for 3D printing, okay? Man. Fuck you. Whatever. Poop Killer said no Poop Killer today. No. We are playing Do Not Buy This Game. That's the title of the game. Do not buy this game. It's just a demo though, so I didn't pay anything for it. But let's just pretend we bought it anyways. I don't think the full game is out yet actually. Let me see. No. But what game did you buy then? Do not buy this game. No, okay, the demo, it's still just in demo. Okay. So the full game isn't out yet. Yeah, I'm finally collabing with Ellie and we're playing Elden Ring after. That's crazy. You'll never catch me playing Elden Ring. I like my blood pressure too much for that. I'm sorry, but I can't do the Elden Ring. I can't ring the elders. I apologize. But yeah, no, Poop Killer. I think we're gonna go back to Poop Killer next week. Next week is gonna be Poop Killer week.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
I will drink, thank you. Hello, Valros. 3. Hi, Valros. I hope you're doing well. Okay, but what if it was co-op and seamless? I mean, are you willing to just carry me? Because I'm awful at those types of games. No ringing elders. No, no, no. I get too angry about things. Like, I couldn't stream it anyways. I could not stream it because, I don't think it would be very entertaining to just repeatedly watch me die and, you know, try it again and shit like that. Dark Souls 2, I knew Valros would talk about Dark Souls 2. I mean, I'm willing to record you from a third-person perspective to watch you run for your life. That's crazy. You underestimate how fun that would be, but I get frustrated. I get frustrated, okay? I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good idea. Man. Also, Crooked, whatever is funny to you doesn't even matter. That's part of the fun. Whatever, Crooked. Oh my god, Yumi, I hate you. I fucking hate it here. I'm gonna start up the game now. Fuck you. Okay. While I set up the game, I'm gonna run some quick ads. So we get the ads out of the way at least. Hold on. I'm gonna do that real quick. Which game you starting? Custom order made? Man.
No ads, please.
Man, I have to run ads. I'm sorry. I have to. I'm sorry. It's okay. She never listens to me. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm around anymore because I should just pack it up. Ali, I think we should mod other people. Alpha, are you breaking up with me live on stream? That is crazy. Also, no custom order made. No, I don't think I can stream that.
Greasy Fatty gifted a tier 1 sub to ein_Volros.
Go get
They have
Ali,
given 460 gift subs in the channel.
Jesus Christ, Greasy. 400... Greasy, you need to stop spending money on me. Jesus Christ. Imagine that's how Mod Sleeve streams. That would actually be really funny. Go get tea, Ali. I think I will finish my waters here first because I have 3 water thingies next to me, and I should finish those first because I don't have any more space on my desk. But I promise I will get tea. I will get tea, I promise. No, yes. If I wouldn't spend it on you, this fun Monday would go towards gambling and drinking, and to be honest, this is already gambling sometimes. True. True. I guess gifting subs can be gambling if you really put your mind to it. Classic Ellie move, you know it, Yumi, you know it. I'm a beverage goblin. Okay, let's see. Do not... Oh. Don't touch it. Don't crash on me. Hello? Okay. Oh, it throws me straight in the game. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, game sound. Do not buy this game. Game capture. Do not buy this game. There we go. We're also gonna do... What are you playing, a virus? It looks like a virus, doesn't it? It kind of does. Okay, oh, I need to change category too. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Don't forget to change category. Thank you, songs. Thank you. Okay, can you guys tell me if the category changed? I hope it did. Okay. Let me get my fat ass out of the way. Changed? Okay, thank you. To custom order made? No. Actually, hold on a second, Gracie. Hold on. I want to see if custom order made even has a category. Custom. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So it means you can't stream it on Twitch. I'm very sorry to disappoint you. Let me do it on YouTube side as well. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I mean, Lego also has no category, but there's always arts and crafts. True. True. But what would you use for a custom order made? Okay. Arts and crafts is, that is, you know what? Yeah, sure. You're not wrong, actually. Okay. I'm kind of big on the screen. I don't need to be this big. There we go. Alright. It threw me straight into the game. So apparently this is like a Stanley Parable sort of thing. Apparently. I don't know. So we'll see what that is all about. It just told me do not buy this game, so I bought it. / downloaded it.
Hello?
Hello?
Is that a player walking around the hall?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you.
Hi.
How'd you get in here? And
I don't know.
Would you mind just going away? There is nothing interesting for you to find up ahead.
I might be into dudes after. Is that Barack Obama? Is that Barack Obama is crazy. Can you guys hear the game just fine, or should I turn it up a bit? Let me know.
Oh, no. Do not go towards that button, please. No. What are you doing? Stay away.
Okay. No. I want to go to button. I want to press button.
I'm not sure who you are.
What the
but
fuck?
I just can't allow you to push that button.
Why not?
You will regret it. And even if you won't, I know I definitely will. So stay back.
No. I want to press button.
You are as stubborn as they come, aren't you? I'm using up all my teleports on you.
You have limited teleports?
No, you didn't. Okay, wait. You didn't hear that. I have an unlimited supply of teleports.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no need to test me. I assure you, I have more than one teleport. You know,
I'm sure.
When they say, "Hey, who's got a lot of teleports?" They point to me. That guy's got more than one. That guy there. That's who they're talking about me at most of the time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, we could do this for days. I got a ton of teleport left. So just keep going, or you don't.
No, I'm stubborn. I want to push this button.
Time, might as well just stop doing it. So you read my bluff. Huh. What gave it away?
I wonder
anyway,
why.
I'm serious. I don't want to use my trump card.
There's a button. I don't want to step in that. That looks like a trap door.
You
What the
asked
fuck?
for it. really thought you could push that button, didn't you?
I did.
This
What
is
the
what you
hell?
deserve. You won't be able to reach the button now that you're so tiny.
Oh, I am tiny. Fuck you. I see stairs, though. I can't run, by the way. This is my only walking speed. Big button. Big button. Very funny to press.
Really?
Yeah.
You're really gonna try to go up these unstable emergency stairs just to push that button?
Unstable, you say? What the fuck? Oh, they are unstable. Holy shit. Actually, Yumi-sized right now.
Well, that does it for my bag of tricks to stop you.
True.
You know what? We started this whole relationship wrong. It wasn't you, it wasn't me. It just didn't work out to start off. So maybe you could give me up to like 3 chances to try and convince you just to let go of the whole button pressing idea, you know? And I will then give you something way better in return.
Okay. Let's see.
Come on in.
Ellie, if you've pressed the button, so will I. No button pressing. Not for you anyways, only for me. Only I press buttons.
You clearly want to press buttons.
I do.
I don't want to get in the way of that. You know, I don't want to withhold that pleasure from you.
Hypocrite, you know
I
it.
created this especially for you.
Oh! Button.
Go on, press it.
I'm pressing it. Hold on. How do I press it? There we go.
Every time you press this button, you will gain $1 directly to your bank account.
Oh!
And take as many as you want.
Alright, we'll stay here for a while.
It's probably the best button in the entire world. Don't you agree? Who needs
Greasy,
that
no.
other useless button? When you can stay here and push until you're a millionaire. Let's press it forever.
Yeah, let's press it forever.
Oh, sorry, just a moment. Yes, it's me. No, I'm not making any transactions. What? Let's just check to make sure. Okay, thank you for letting me know. So let me just put this up here. Okay.
Private
I don't
banking,
know
the
if I wanna know
creator's
the answer to
account.
this one. You know what? I think there was some kind of mix-up, and it appears that the money
Crazy.
is coming right out of my bank account. So why don't we just call it here? You're satisfied with what you got, right?
No,
No.
no, I need more. I need more.
Okay. I'll open the door for you. So let's just move on out of this room.
Auto clicker? No way. I'm clicking this manually.
what are you
I'm
doing?
working for my money.
Weren't you the one that was like, "Hey, let's go to the big red button"? Wasn't that your idea?
Yeah, but I like this button more.
I see where this is going. You know what? I honestly don't like it.
I do. Also, Greasy, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Jesus. Pressing buttons together is so fun. Don't press anymore. Only I. Only I press button. Should we take all of his money? Guys, should we take all of his money or leave him some?
There goes my vacation plan.
Yes. Oh, Greasy, stop it. Leave him $1? Okay, I'll leave him $1.
I guess I don't really need to eat in order to survive.
Now you're fine without
Drinking
food.
water, that should be plenty.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You talking about my money or the guy from the game? No, the guy from the game. Please save your money. Thank you for another 5 gifties, but stop.
You know, I've heard of a thing called like lacking moral fiber.
Yeah, I do that.
Attributed to people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I'm not saying that's you, but
Well-
maybe maybe you want to look into that.
I might.
You're done taking all my money.
69? Okay. 69 sounds fun. I'll leave him $69, guys. What are we gonna buy with this money? I love this happy music, me too. Beautiful. Beautiful. How about subs for Yumi's or Nibby's channel? Both of them, 5 subs right now. 5 each. Buying a game? Redacted, I'm too broke for that. Do not buy the game enough. Do not buy the game. No, Ellie? Yes, Ellie.
Miserable financially? And now
Yes.
you're ready to move on to making me miserable in other ways?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
This is a very loving relationship. And now I hope you're doing well.
Okay, so let me just float this idea past you, okay? I
Okay.
think I know what went wrong. A button that gives you my money, it's not very satisfying, you know?
I think
You're
it's
the
very
kind of person
satisfying for
that
me.
wants like value for their money. You want to gain something.
Do
you
I?
want a game.
I
If
like
only you
money.
get to experience something like that, and you'd be satisfied.
Okay. Give me a game then. Give me an actual game.
This is what you've been waiting for, wasn't it? Now you
Yeah.
get to play a game I made for you by pressing a button.
Let's go.
This is definitely the best of both worlds. So go ahead, try and beat that space thingy.
I can't press it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, you missed.
Done. Nice. Good job, Greasy. Stop getting me offline hype trains. That's crazy. Do it again.
You did it!
I did
You
it.
know what's up next? Another level. You know, observing you play, I can really see that creating a game for you was the right call.
Yeah.
Look how happy you are.
I am happy. I love playing games.
Amazing, just amazing. Here's the next one. Come on.
I don't think this one is possible.
I believe in you.
I don't believe in myself.
Seems like you're stuck.
I am.
That's weird. With how obsessed you are with games, I thought you'd at least be good at the thing.
Hey!
I feel bad. It's really painful to watch how terrible you are at this. There, I've opened the door. Don't torture yourself with something that is clearly beyond your ability to do.
That's insane.
Not quitting yet, huh?
Not
Seems
yet.
like making
I
a
want to
game
press
for
big
you wasn't
button.
enough to satisfy your obsession. In the meantime, I guess it's up to me. What can I make for you that is both fast enough and interesting enough to, like, convince you of letting this whole journey go?
I just want to press big button. Is that so hard to understand? Oh yeah, we already had a hype train here, that's why. It's on cooldown right now. Oh, this is red. This looks ominous. I like it.
Final try. This time with the button of secrets.
Whoa. Ooh.
This button will reveal all the secrets hidden in the universe. You wouldn't imagine what I had to sacrifice in order to put my hands on it, you know? But now, it's yours.
It's mine.
Give it a push.
I am. The creator wetted his bed until he was 6 years
All the
old.
secrets of the universe. All the secrets. And the first one, something about me. Let's move on from that one.
You sure? I exist, and who dares to summon me from my slumber? Hello, neutral equinox. Hello, hello, welcome in. Ellie pressing the buttons. Okay, let's see the other secrets.
You know, she was quite a charmer. And wait. I don't have to explain myself to you. And why is this about me again? You know, this thing is broken.
It's fine. Everyone's first crush was Lola Bunny. Surely. I mean, he said she, so it has to be Lola Bunny, right? So Bugs Bunny? I guess that makes sense too.
Well, this
Spirit the Fuck you, Yumi. I'm afraid people won't enjoy the things I make for the. I enjoy this.
I mean, that's unbelievably vague.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Fine, laugh at me if you want, but I didn't
not
ask
laughing.
you to come here, and all I've been trying to do this whole time is to protect us from that hellish red button.
What does the
Sure,
button do?
You know what? Laugh.
I'm not
Let's
laughing.
see if you will laugh when I press the button and reveal one of your
Go ahead.
secrets.
Oh, I can choose. I can choose my secret. Okay, let's see. I did something terrible and I regret it. I don't think I will ever find love. I quit things halfway through. I don't believe any of my friends really like me. I lie to make people accept me. I'm not as happy as I present myself. I'm not as happy as I present myself. Some of these here are true, but you know, we're going with this one. Why are all these so odd?
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
They are.
You know, that was mean of me.
It's okay.
I'm just a bit frustrated and stressed, you know?
I understand.
But you have your problems to deal with as well. And for what it's worth, I hope it will get better for you.
It will.
Anyway, you know what? I'm sorry again. Here, I'll get rid of this button. It won't hurt us anymore.
Yeah,
Let's
fuck
start
this
fresh.
button.
Maybe as friends this time.
Yeah.
You know, the door to proceed to the top of the button, it's open. I won't stop you again. But I'm warning you that I'm fully against it. And you might not like what you'll find.
But what does it do? Just tell me what the button does. Maybe I won't press it? Yeah, fuck that button. Nibby. Jesus.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's find out what the button does. I think Nibby lost her composure there a little bit. Don't look at her.
You know, I'm not sure that we will see each other for a long time. Maybe
What do you
forever.
mean? What do you mean? That's where we came from. This is the button. Look at this huge button. Holy shit.
Last chance not to press it.
What if I don't press it? What if... But I also can't go back. Internet broke for a while. What did I miss? We are pressing buttons now, seagulls. We're pressing buttons. Do I have, like... Yeet into the abyss? It won't let me. There's an invisible wall. It won't. I can't jump either. I'm trying, but it's not letting me. I'm trapped. I think I have to press the button.
Alert. Alert. A potential buyer has been spotted. Initiating call to action protocol number 19.
Are you
Hey,
serious?
don't look at me. I told you not
Follow
to press
the
it.
game. Wish list on Steam. Follow the game. Wish list on Steam. Follow the game.
Stop
Wish list
saying
on
that.
Steam. Follow the game.
No.
Wish list on Steam.
No. Why is
Follow
this
the
happening?
game.
I don't think
Wish
that.
list on Steam.
No.
Follow the game. Wish list on Steam. Follow the
Breathe.
game. Wish list on Steam. Follow the
Just
game.
breathe.
Wish list on Steam. Follow
All it means is that you actually need to do this.
Yeah, you can do
You
it.
just need to work. You just need to work on the game.
Yeah, just make the game. You can do it.
Fine. It will be fine.
Yeah.
It will be fine. I'm sorry, I have to go. Just remember, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. But I guess you already knew that, since you haven't listened to me even once.
True.
I hope you will remember me.
I will.
Good luck.
I will wishlist this immediately. This is great. I like that guy. Me too. I love him. I'm adding this to my wishlist right now, and I'm following too. I like the narration of this game, not gonna lie, me too. This was unexpectedly wholesome. Yeah, I hope he finishes the game. And it is yeah, it says here that the dev is also like the narrator of the game. Please send a link. You know what? I'm gonna send it. Oh, hold on. Guys, wishlist it right now. Do it now. This was fun. I guess this is it though. It seems so wholesome. It's crazy. Greasy, please add the W. Please, it's the Papa Mom movie right now. Should we start another game? I guess we can until we have our collab. I have another demo I want to try. It's called Up or Down. I want to see what that game is about. Up or Down. There we go. Custom order
made time or chair thing sim.
I'm not chair fucking anything. Oh, this is. Hold on. Oh, this game doesn't have. Okay, this game doesn't have windowed options. So I need to play this in full screen. Hold on. Carbon bleach. For real. Up or down? I got a new green vinyl record for the Muppet soundtrack, and it has a message from Kermit in the end. I'm so excited to. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's awesome. Let me know what the message is. Okay. I did not look anything up about this game either. I have no idea what it's about. Okay. I just know it's... Where is... I don't think this game has a category. What do you mean Kermit leaving special messages for anyone other than his true love, Ellie? True, he's cheating on me. I knew it. That cheating bastard. That whore. Did the category... Yeah, it did. Okay, I see it here. What a hoe. For real. Okay, up or down. Oh, wait. You guys should... I should probably... make it so you guys can hear the game, too. It's an ominous sound right now. You guys should hear it. It's the first edition of a colored vinyl. Oh, that's so cool. Is it vinyl or vinyl? Do I pronounce this incorrectly? Is it vinyl? We all knew he was a bastard after all, thanks to the Muppets. That's great. What the hell? I needed them out of my chat. Yeah, get those people out of your chat. Oh, that's hilarious. Banished for real, pocket-sized raid. It's true, she is tiny. She is tiny. You guys are silly. All I hear are the voices in my head. Fair. And what did you say? Vine. So vinyl. Vinyl? Okay. It's not even a joke. It was a mistake in the movie. We all knew he was a bastard after all. Thanks to the Muppets movie, we knew he was the cause of 9/11. Wait, is that actually something they put in the movie? went back to your chat. Yumi, I don't think you can escape them in your chat. I don't think you can escape. Okay, let's see what this game is all about. Jimmy. We're playing as Jimmy. What? Why is it so dark out here? Sir, what are you doing here? Hey, you. Sir, could you stop shouting? I'm standing right here. Want to come work here? I don't want to work for you, Ronald. What do you mean? I'm already working here, sir. What? We offer competitive salary, warm weather all year round, and fun colleagues. If you catch my drift. I don't. I'm just gonna close it and leave them to party by themselves again. I mean, I guess that works, yeah. Sir, I don't know what to say. Here, take this. A taser? Bro gave me a taser. Look at this. Good that you can't read what Greasy just suggested. What did he suggest? I want to know. I'll start listening to the record and tell you the message. Okay, okay, please. New toy. We have a new toy. Oh, and it's working. What the hell is this for? Don't use it and you die. Use it and you might stand a chance. These people are counting on you, Jimmy. You start tomorrow. Wait, sir, wait. What the fuck? This is me after 2 days of no sleep. Why is she just staring at me? Did you hear that? What? Miss Graves is her name. Let me in. Who's asking? Can I come in now? No. Wait. Question from the audience. Nancy asks, how are the survivors at sea doing? Well, Nance, let's find out. Oh god, the freighter. It's gone. Mom? Wait, was our mom on that? Mother, I should have taken you someplace else when I had the chance. Someplace. Oh, what is Miss Graves doing? What? Okay. I am also very confused. I am very confused. What the hell is happening right now? No head, I guess. Oh. Ouch.
Hey.
Oh, it was all just a dream. Okay, that makes sense. Quit napping. Didn't you hear me? First that nightmare, now this shit. Hear what exactly, sir? Why am I working with you today? Oh wait, I remember. Unlike your colleagues, you are expendable. Expendable? What about Mandy, sir? She's always stalling and hanging around. Last week I even caught her flirting with one of the guests. This art deco looks tasty. Nom nom. Eat all of it. Damn, the dark circles are wild. For real. At least she's making them stay longer. Anyway, don't change the subject. Today is all about rescue. Rescue, sir? Today already?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you didn't get the memo. Memo? I thought today's schedule was just checking in with the guests. You know, asking how they're doing in quarantine? Huh. So we're in quarantine. I thought evacuation wasn't until next week. Jimmy, what am I paying you for? Oh, I have choice. My guy looks the way I feel. Same, bro. Same. For my service and my imminent promotion to I want a promotion.
Hey.
Promotion? These are exceptional circumstances. So? Never mind. Just stay up to date with the post-outbreak policy. And where's the guest list? The memo said you have it on paper. Did none of your colleagues inform you about this? Jeff is sick, Kate is running late as usual, and Mandy is quote-unquote busy with a guest. Okay. You realize there's no time left to give you a copy. You'll have to contact me instead, so... Don't we have the guest list online, sir?
Yeah.
Online? You have any idea how much of our data the guests have used already? I have a vague feeling you're about to. 127.69 terabytes. That's crazy. Mandy be like, yeah, for real. Mandy is going crazy. That's insane. No freaking clue how much that is, but those zeros on the bills are next level. Meanwhile, your services...
Cheese.
Jeez. Hi, Rev. Hi. Meanwhile, your services, if we can call them that, have been far, far below level, Jimmy.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Thank you for the lark. I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid it's also my very first quarantine. Quarantine? Again, today is rescue. Well, if you're not careful, young man, it will be your very last quarantine as well. Sir, I didn't mean to... What's that? Yes, he's ready. No, we're set. He's all yours. Here, take it. Dirty earbud. Ew. Oh, I can inspect shit. Why can't I do that? Ew, it's... Ew. I don't want to put that in my ear. That's gross. What's this and why is it so dirty? You still want me to hear everything clearly, right? What difference does it make? Ew, I don't want to put this in my ear. It's gross. Keep your thoughts for yourself. Keep your thoughts to yourself when I give you valuable tools. Also, take care of your stuff. It's in the upper left corner in case you need to check. I don't want to see any of it lying around, okay? Ew. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Oh my god. Ellie, if you want me to call you my little Snickers bar, just shout me out immediately. What the fuck? Also, I'm not little. I'm a big Snickers bar. What the hell? I have huge peener. What? Can you give us wet wipes too? For real, I would like some wipes, please. Damn, Nibby, you're hung like a horse today. Wait, we can abuse that some... Oh, no. Oh, no. Ash, you've given them fucking... Oh, no. You've given them a terrible idea. I got already 100... Oh my god, I fucking hate it here. Why did you... Somebody kick Ash. Dude. Thank you so much, Discount Oshi. That's crazy. Man. That's insane. I don't want to see any of it lying around, okay?
Yeah.
Greasy Fatty gifted a tier 1 sub to Ashley Rose and Krantz. They have given
Rose and
476 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you, Greasy. Enjoy your emotes, Ash. Man. Now go, time is money. It sure is. Make me proud. Ugh. If we do well, Deluxe Resort will become the booming queen of the strip once again. Yeah, go lurk, Nibby. Get ready for our collab. Guests are waiting for Elvis's sake. What? Guests are waiting for Elvis's sake. That's crazy. Okay. Let's put this on. Ew. Almost there and... Ow! Mother of... Hello? So you're the bellhop? That's me. Who do I owe the pleasure of having my ears bleeding out as we speak? It's Moss. Corporal Moss. Just call me Moss, okay? You got the intel on the evac? Evac, ma'am? Yes, evac. Oh yeah, my manager mentioned rescue. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Anyways, your job is to make your rounds. If anyone calls up the elevator, move up there and talk to them and search them. Search them? Ma'am, what about giving them food and water? I wasn't finished. First you talk, then you decide whether they're healthy, so they can join you. Evac's waiting for you on the roof. You got all that? Yes, I have. Sounds simple enough. Simple? One sicko on the chopper and the whole operation is a failure. I'm counting on you, bellhop. Now, if there are no more questions, I suggest you get started before... Wait, how many people can I bring up, ma'am? We have 2 seats available. What? Only 2? Then they will definitely need the supplies we've been giving them for weeks now, ma'am. We're the army, not an airline. Our objective is to make multiple rounds. As long as the situation stays under control. Choose wisely and everyone on that freighter will remain safe, which means... Freighter? Mom! What did you call me there? My mother is on that freighter. Can you check whether she is doing alright? What's her name? Catherine Vegas, ma'am. The irony. What do you mean? What happened to our mom? Got it. I will reach out to you once I hear about her, but we need to start the evac now. You copy?
Not even into soccer, but I'm thinking abd ordering the Japanese soccer tricose from the Adu collab INR, before I forget Greasy 99 Gape.
Thanks for the Gape. Honestly, those look really cool though. I would not blame you for actually buying those. They look really cool. I would like to hear my mom's voice right now. Bellhop, we are not doing this. You're going to do your job right now or you can kiss that freighter goodbye. Fine. Copy that. Moss out. Oh, jeez. Okay. So, Jesus, we have a lot of floors. 3rd floor, I guess? I'll send the message in part since it's so long. Okay, okay. I'm just very curious what he said. I can do this. I think. Confidence is key. Yes, I can. I know it. I feel it. What the fuck happened? What in the name happened here? When is the last time someone checked the guests here? What kind of hotel is this? Who was responsible for the supplies and keeping everyone in check? Hold on, this is floor number 3. Didn't we clear this one? Oh. Oh, hi. And he straight up walked in. Up we go, I guess. Hold up. We can't have civilians barging right in. Interrogate him, now. What do I ask? Ask how they are feeling. Are they holding up? Did you see anything weird when the guest came on board? Anything else, or do I have to explain everything to you? Hey, I bet he doesn't realize how oblivious to reality he really is. Hello? Hello? Oh, God. Please don't do that again. God, you're blind. Also, I feel sorry for your breath. What? Let's not. I'm fine, thanks for asking. And you? Doing okay, thank you. What's your name, sir? You can call me Nigel, mister. And yours? You can call me Jimmy. Nice meeting you, Jimmy. Thanks for picking me up. Ever since I heard about the rescue, I guess I never stopped listening to keep my depression at bay. Overshare much? Oh well, you're quite welcome, Nigel. Can I search you? Sure, go ahead. Oh, we search his sunglasses? It's ample? Wait. That spells help me backwards. Help me T? Help me TI? Those look like the Wild West glasses I used to have a pair of. I wonder what happened to those. You had glasses like these? Don't forget to look under his underboobs. I will not inspect his underboobs, Gracie. Okay, help me is crazy, okay? What temple did this guy visit? I don't think this is about the temple. Help me. Oh, his comb. Interesting comb. How would it lay out my hair? Oh, that's a busted charger. Jesus, look at this. This is fucked. Goodness. Yeah, there was an old Burger King collab when the Wild Wild West movie was a thing. You know, when restaurants gave good crap as toys and collectibles. Oh yeah, the good old days. Okay, this looks absolutely busted. Jesus Christ. I hate to break it to him. This charger isn't long for this world. Yeah, very true. Let me open Discord up here. Oh, okay, hold on. We're getting ready for collab, guys. Give me like. Okay, we're done here. I tell him to tell Moss she's worrying about nothing. Moss, he seems fine. Fine till proven dangerous. What's that? You're not off the hook yet. Aren't we forgetting something? Don't tell me we need to strip him. Oh no. What? No. Bellhop, you've been in Vegas for too long. No, Greasy, we're not stripping him. We're not doing the underboob. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. No shit. Anyway, the guest list. Where is it? Oh, yes. Well, I don't have it. What do you mean? Call Ronald now. Hey, Ronald? Okay, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna continue this game tomorrow. We're gonna continue this game tomorrow. I think I could maybe squeeze it in tomorrow. But I'm gonna get ready for the collab. This is interesting though. This seems like from what I understand, this seems like another game that's kind of like No, I'm Not a Human, which is something I adore. So we're definitely gonna play that game again. Can we get a pic of your dad stripping and stuff? Gracie, I'm banning you. You're banned. You are banned right this instant. Okay. Banning. Yeah, I'm banning right now. Mean? Don't call me mean. Okay. Bye-bye, chat. Remember me like I lived. As a cunt. Oh my god. Well, there you go. Poor Gracie. Chat, I'm literally Jesus. I'm back from the dead. Happy Easter. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, hold on. Let me get everything ready for our collab. Oh, I should change the title too. Let's take it easy. Whether it's a rocky new version of the Muppet Show theme song or soulful, I'm going to go back there someday. This album is filled with a lot of creativity and heart from start to finish. We are honored that each of these artists picked some of our favorite music to bring with their own sound. I may never know why there are so many songs about rainbows, but I do know that I'm grateful that there is music in the world. That's sweet. That's a good message. Yeah, let me change the title here. Schedule 1. Hi, Sanford. Hello, hello. Hello. There we go. Okay. And I'm gonna need to change it on YouTube as well. How do I do this on YouTube? There we go. Schedule 1. I have to change the thing here as well. Oh no, I didn't miss it. I just didn't read it out loud. My bad. But yeah, I saw the full thing. I saw the full thing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. I was very curious. Okay, let's save. This should have... It has Kermit's signature. I love that. That's adorable. Okay, let me find the game. Ah, I need to stop doing this. It makes games crash all the time. There we go. I forgot how stupid I looked. Don't mind me. Actually, do mind me. Look at how beautiful I am. Okay, now I gotta get used to the stupid resolution of this game. Let's do it like this. Okay, let me join the shared chat. Okay, there we go.
Vater unser im Himmel, gelabiti sei den Name, gespreitst sei den Hinterteil, so gebe uns Bilder, des Vaters der Kuh, so moge uriniert strippen uns sich USN zeigen. So ein neuer Morgen wird sich uns eröffnen und der Himmel aufzeigen. Amen.
Amen. My God. What a mess. So as Jesus and our Lord and Savior, can I ask you for a favor, Ellie? Can we get a pic of your dad stripping? It came to me as a prophecy from God himself. An angel revealed itself to me and was like, don't gape, my child, for I have a task for you. Oh my God. Greasy, you are unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Nah. I'll take that as a compliment. You should. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me run one more ad and I'm going to the bathroom real quick. I will be back. Give me just a second.
What the dog doing?
Ah, I just came back. What happened? Hold on. Wow. Oh my God. Stacks, hi. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. It's good to see you. Hello. Ah, these damn ads are still running. Oh, hi. Hello, hello. Hold on. I'm currently setting everything up for Schedule 1 collab. What was I doing before I took a piss? Oh, yeah. Hold on. It's time for drugs, guys. We're doing the drugs now. Where is... There it is. What the fuck? Jesus. Okay. Well, there we go. Hold on. Let me join the Discord. Hello. Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Jesus
hello.
Christ. Hello.
Oh. Hi.
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 Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Fucking
Hi.
sending people over to join the call.
Why is my
See,
cookies not working?
See, we weren't really sure what to do, so we thought like, okay, you know, let's just like send an invite, you know?
Oh my
Send an invite.
God. Damn, I was yapping.
How are you doing?
Bro,
We're also
mad.
yapping.
I'm okay.
I'm not mad.
I was busy. I'm bad.
Were you busy? So Ellie, I was thinking that, you know, like since I'm starting to learn how to draw, I was thinking I wanna do something for you because you're an amazing friend, and I think you helped me a lot with things. So I thought, what about if I get like a commission done of like you and Spirit? How does it sound?
I gotta. You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm
I mean, fuck you, guys. I wasn't in on this one.
Nah, bro. I think I'm gonna leave this collab. What the fuck? You leave me and Spirit alone, okay? What the fuck, bro?
Wait a minute. Ellie. Tito is being mean.
Deserved,
he
probably.
left the snack just out of Yumi's reach, so we gotta kill him.
What?
We gotta
Tito.
kill him.
Wait, what? Greasy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wait,
I'm
Greasy's now in the
trying.
top 2 of all time gifted.
That's crazy.
Ah,
Holy
Let's
shit,
go.
thank you.
Why is everything so loud today? Holy shit, man.
I don't know. I had to lower you guys as well, but like
What
holy
the
shit.
hell?
But yeah, so Nibby, since Ellie likes Spirit so much, what do you think if we do next week as a collab game Uma Musume?
No.
no.
I'm good.
Oh god.
Thanks for the friendship, but no.
Man, I used to be good at drawing Spirit too.
Of course, you were a
Really?
horse girl.
I had a movie that had the drawing tutorial, and I had a whole sketchbook that was full of it.
That's crazy.
I was the kid that my abuela had gotten me a DVD copy of the movie, and I watched it so many times. I somehow broke the DVD, and she had to give me a new one. I fucking love that movie, man.
Roxy, stop banning our translation bot. Unbelievable. Roxy banning AI while sending us AI brain rot from TikTok in DMs is crazy.
Damn.
I would be so for real. I don't look at Roxy's links anymore. I don't need that in my brain. I love you, Roxy, but no. No. Parent-based, yeah.
Fan-based.
At least
Dude.
I'm honest.
Roxy, this sounds amazing. Please let's be friends on TikTok. Yeah, Greasy, Roxy, you do that in your DMs,
I'm gonna
okay?
need to make sure you guys sound okay. Hold on. Keep talking.
I'll not. Let me make sure you good level. Fucking mutes us. All right.
Yeah. Fuck you, Ellie.
My bad. I
By the way, the
heard
new
a strange
CPU,
noise.
right? I have VR
Yeah.
chat open. I have stream and that stuff open, right?
Yeah.
2 browsers.
Okay, you guys can hear them fine.
Equals better.
There we go.
Whenever someone tells me, oh, dude, whenever someone tells me, oh, more cores don't help you, shut up. I got evidence. Also, Ellie, fuck you. You said, oh, I want to adjust you. Keep talking when you
Yeah.
deafen.
Listen, no, I heard a strange noise in my apartment and it was like, wait, what the fuck?
That's your fart, probably.
Bro.
Which echoed through the halls.
I fucking hate it here. Why do I still play with these people?
Yeah, you could play with Spirit instead.
Yeah, I could. Honestly, I could. Fuck
Hi,
you.
Midi, how are you?
These.
Oh my god. So if I become a horse VTuber, do I have a chance?
No. It would still be you. You have no chance.
I tried. Chat, I tried.
Honestly, I
knowing-
appreciate the effort though.
Knowing my community, it would be a big mistake if I would rebrand to become a horse VTuber.
Oh yeah, it
The
would.
not safe for work art, I'm not prepared.
Nope.
Oh god. I lost connection to chat. GG's.
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you,
Oh, man.
Twitch.
thanks,
Thank you,
Twitch.
Twitch.
Love you, Twitch. You're the best, Twitch.
How much did it hurt for you to say that one?
I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Did you swallow it down with pride?
No.
Disgusting, Ellie. Wasting stuff. Hi,
What-
Retro.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
What?
Wasting?
I don't know.
You
I
know
thought
how
it
it
just-
is. Foxy's a slut, swallows everything she gets in her mouth. That's her
Yeah.
mindset. I'm sorry. My
I
bad.
feel so bad for Nibby having 1 week of a break of me, and when I come back, and then I start with a horse stuff. When Ellie comes in with fat stuff, I feel so bad for Nibby. Nibby, should I go outside in my underwear? Should I be sick for another week?
No, you know,
What am I doing?
I don't know what to do with you people. Hi, Retro.
But just-
Hello.
What's the second hype chain for Ellie and Nibby? Yeah, good. They deserve
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Chat,
yeah.
throw all your money at them.
No.
No. Throw it at Ellie.
Foxy, invite us to the game.
Make me.
Right now, bitch. What the fuck?
I like that. Okay, let me change my stream category.
Bro is so easy.
Let me invite you.
I'm crying. I'm not even playing the game yet. I'm already in tears.
You know what's bad? I'm not allowed to laugh because I still have an itchy throat.
Well, you could. You'd lose a lung in the process.
Yeah.
I probably
Be
would.
safe though.
I mean, I got some new tea.
Just
Hey-
let us
hey,
know when
chat,
you want to
welcome.
stop. If you want to stop early or something like that.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Maybe get in here. We invited you. Oh my god, we're always waiting
I'm
for you.
nervous. I'm shy.
There we go. Crazy.
Wait, hang on. My game's not capturing.
I really wish he would
forgot
add more
to-
resolution.
Yeah, got it.
I hate how my game looks on screen right now.
I want to see.
Mad.
Do you do the same
It's-
that
it's
you
a weird
have a game on
resolution.
Do you have the same that you have a game on the off monitor and you play through OBS?
No.
Who does
That's that.
Funny enough streamers.
What?
What? No, I don't
Nah.
believe that. No,
Nah, that's crazy. Who does that?
There's a delay.
Yeah.
You're a delay. What?
You know what?
If she's right, she's right. But no, who
What do
does
you
that?
mean?
Libby! What are you doing? Wait, where are all our plants?
We
Where
harvested
the
them.
fuck am I? Oh, there.
Oh, hi.
Remember,
Wait,
we
are
were
we moving?
reorganizing.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
Hi,
were
kitten.
reorganizing. So we were picking up the plants
All
as they
right.
were done.
I don't remember anything. I'm going outside.
See, I
So,
remember because you got.
Oh,
Chat.
we need to
It's
sell
Cersei.
weed.
Chat, remember?
Yeah.
Remember how we've played this game for a little while, right? I've also played this game solo for a little while. Only 2 days ago or whatever, I learned that we have a fucking flashlight. I've been running around in the dark for ages. And now...
Yeah, have you...
Nobody
I'm so glad
told
that you
me!
finally decided to use the universal flashlight button in video games called
Nobody
F.
told me!
I thought
It's universal!
Oh,
You saw us using it!
bro! I don't
So then
see
we
your
grab some weed.
flashlights, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I want to go deal as well. But man, I didn't know.
Ellie, that's insane. I knew you were like, you know, kind of like slow with thinking, but holy shit.
Listen,
That's insane.
that's
insane.
crazy. That's actually insane. But like, I did not know we had a fucking flashlight, and honestly, it doesn't do shit anyways. But like, you could have
Of
told
course
me.
it does.
No, it doesn't do much. Or maybe my eyes are
does.
so adjusted now.
Yeah,
He's not very
probably.
bright, to be
That-
fair.
Just like us.
True. Very true. But yeah, I can't believe I've played this game for, what is it, 25 hours? And I only now learned that we have a flashlight.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's like, actually... I'm embarrassed.
If I gave me the sub, much appreciated. Yeah, Greasy gifted 5 subs a moment ago.
Oh, let's
Enjoy
go.
your emote. Oh, I've literally commissioned earlier before the stream a new emote. Do you two want to see it already? It's
Yeah, I want to see.
What do you mean you didn't immediately show us?
I was busy,
My feelings are hurted.
My films.
My fifis.
Your what?
My
Fifis.
fifis.
What
They
are
hurt.
fifis?
What the
My
dog doing?
feelings.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Cherry, hello, welcome
Maybe-
in. Thank you for the follow.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
thank
the
you.
link.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god.
Right, check
I'm
it. Look at the price.
It's so cute.
Not as cute as you two. Ha 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 ha
Ha ha ha.
ha.
Don't say Fifi's Nibby.
Playing with two
Ellie
fuck
might
boys
think you
today, it
mean
seems.
feet and go
Great.
feral.
No, don't call me that.
My favorite.
Nibby, you know what? If Ellie wants fuckboys, I think she should get fuckboys.
For sure, no problem. Happy to support
don't
anyone
know
with
if
I
passion
should
for
do
what
it
they
to
love.
the
Thank
bit.
you. Thank you, Cherry.
For like a minute, she will hate it. I am paying attention, hi Conine.
Are you paying attention?
What?
Are you paying attention?
What?
She's not
How
paying
do
Hello?
they see me? How do you make
Well,
this deal?
With a,
I don't know.
So you see like those trees?
Yeah, I'm trying to get there, but like,
I went like from where I am.
Are we out of
Yeah,
date?
behind the tree.
yeah, it's like I might have to figure this out at some other time.
It's okay, you're too pretty to drink.
Crouch? Oh yeah, I could have crouched. True, this game has crouch. I forgot.
I leave! I found the graffiti of your pee-pee.
Is it big?
wiener. Huge, even.
Good.
Kinda, yeah.
Very good.
Chat, smash or pass?
What I was doing.
What's this? Oh, it's just okay.
Okay.
Pass because Ellie, crazy.
Thank God.
Who said no?
Thank God.
That was greasy. You know, you won because it's Ellie?
Good.
Damn.
I don't know, $20
Hello,
or
Penny.
$20, you know?
Re-
I I would hold Ellie's hand for $20.
Ew, no.
What?
Well,
Don't-
20
don't.
bucks, Ellie. Can't say no during this economy.
I guess so. Yeah, I take the 20. You're right.
Can
What do
I
you mean
hold
you?
Ellie
I'm getting
for
paid.
free?
Yeah, you can do it for free.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
So,
Please.
what are everyone's plans for New Year's?
I
Drugs.
hope you've had something to eat or drink today. I have some. I made some tea, and I have some water. I should still eat something though.
Yeah, you should.
But I have cramps and it hurts.
Oh no. Outside apartment too?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's by the house.
It's by that apartment complex.
Oh, I see.
Here we go.
Where's the guy?
I got him.
Oh, that is for the morning. What the fuck?
Oh, we
Have
had.
you
Oh,
eaten
yeah. Okay,
anything?
that makes sense.
I had taquitos.
Oh, yummy. I had
I love
soup.
taquitos. Soup. Oh my god.
Yeah, Nibby. What about you?
I had taquitos.
Nice.
Can someone answer the phone? I'm shy.
Oh yeah.
No. I'm shy
Where is
too.
the next payphone? Here.
It's here.
I'll do it. Oscar will sell everything you need to make meth, with the exception of pseudo. For that, you're gonna need to hook yourself up with a supplier. I don't know any
Can
pseudo
make meth
suppliers,
now?
so you're your own.
Yeah.
You're on your own for this one. There ought to be someone in Westville that can get you what you need. Open your contact. Yeah, we got this.
This will also be, I think, when we have to decide if we want to work with or against the cartel.
True.
What if we work for them and then we backstab them?
We can
yeah,
do that. We
I
can work
I-
with them until we.
Yeah, until we can, stack up a bit on stuff, and then we can just fuck them in the ass.
Yep.
Crazy. Oh, look at how big brain Nippy is.
Yeah, I play this game
Did you
too
see
much.
that? She's so big brain, Oh, the light was already on. It's so dark.
Yeah.
I'll turn your flashlight on, Bing.
It's the last part.
What did you call me?
Nothing.
There's.
Did you call me big?
Uh-oh.
I called you Bingus.
Oh, you only hit
Bingus.
Bing.
It's not quite Dingus, but it's Bingus,
Bingus. I wish I was Bingus.
You look.
You
look
can't
high.
be. True. You both of you look high. What the hell? I want to be
You look
high.
like you didn't sleep since you were born 2,000 years ago.
Damn.
You're not wrong. God, I look awful.
Thank you for the luck, Greasy. Enjoy your studies.
Okay, yeah, good luck with your studies, Greasy. Good luck.
Hey, Nippy.
Uh-huh.
Come here.
No,
Get
what are
high
we
with
getting?
us.
Oh. What are we getting high with?
The table here. So
Oh.
just some normal kush, the OG stuff.
The good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have anything
Yeah.
harder? No. Why is there a magazine?
Oh, because I was reorganizing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, where's my pew pew?
Yeah, where are the pew-pews?
Here's a
Oh wait,
pew
hold
pew.
on.
somewhere.
I'll put the magazine on this one then.
Look at my six
So
skills.
why don't I have sound? I just realized I don't have sound.
360.
No,
Say
I do
that.
have sound. It's just really. What the fuck? Don't shoot me,
I did a 360.
bro.
360 no
Yeah, I
scope.
just did a 360 no scope shit in my ass. What the fuck?
That's insane.
I'm
Shit
bleeding out.
myself. Why would you do that?
I'm bleeding. Man.
Chat, was that sick? Was that like MLG sick? Should we play some air horns?
Alpha,
Yes,
your pew
I'll
pew
do that.
collection was crazy. You know what? Oh wait, do we have no more baggies? No. I remember we had to buy more
Wait,
baggies.
I'll buy some. I'll buy some. Gas station, easy.
Is the gas station open at night?
Hey, laundromat.
Is it open at night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know.
How many?
Yeah, good.
How many baggies? How many baggies do you
that's
want?
what I'm saying. Like I always
Billion.
waited till
Get as
the...
I
many
got
as
you
you
6.
can.
I got you 60.
I thought you were about to say I got you 6. That was it. That's all we were rationed this time.
Yeah, honestly, that's
By the
all
way-
we can afford.
I also got the gas station guy addicted to our weed.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Very good. Steal all his money.
Yeah.
I found out that the director's cut
Hi.
for Yakuza 0 is actually $16, and honestly, that's cheaper than any other PlayStation 5 game. Man,
That is cheap.
that's crazy. $16 is a steal.
Okay, I've put 20 baggies in the thingy and
Thank you.
40 baggies on the other thingy. I forgot how to language.
Ah, who needs to
God,
talk
it is so
anyways?
So clean, Nippy.
You?
It looks so clean. Oh my god. What's going on with Libby? She's so organized.
Have too much time in the game.
I think she's sick.
I was about to say something really stupid, but no.
No, say it. Say it.
No,
say
it's only because it applies to me as well, but her autism is
say it.
showing. You know?
Ah,
That's what I...
right. Shit.
I'm sorry.
Oh no. Just
It's on
stands
full
there,
fucking
looks-
display.
You just
Just
stands
wait.
there, gives him a
No.
side-eye, like, oh my god, so true, Umpy.
Just wait till you guys see how I set up the barn.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Okay, wait, which in-game day is today? Tuesday. By the end of the week, we can buy the barn.
Yay!
Let's go.
Barn, barn, barn.
Should we go sleep?
I will go
Are we done? Are we
launder more money
organizing?
first. I'll go quick to the laundromat
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah,
launder the next day.
Yeah.
Because I got like $7,000 in cash with me, and
We should buy
I
another
can't deposit
business.
more. And the thing is, we do only make like $2,000 a day, so like we don't really need another business.
Well, we're about to make more if we start making meth.
Yeah.
Just gotta
Once
do the
we
math
get
stuff. I don't know
the-
about it.
Let me double check. For meth, I can get us a blend that'll sell for 144, or I could even get us one that sells for 340 once we unlock horse semen.
Okay.
Ellie,
Speaking
you're
of
not allowed to
spirit.
get there.
No, I'm not. There's only one horse in my life.
Oh no. Speaking about spirit. Chat, don't tell Greasy that we are working towards getting horse semen.
One horse. One horse. Yes, Alpha. Maybe
Singular.
two. Who knows?
Oh, they saw me. Help.
Run.
What if I kill them? I still have
Run
6
fast.
shots in my gun.
If you kill them,
If you kill them, we can get their
no.
guns. Do it. Where are you?
but
What?
they're a little quicker at night. They're
they?
actual responsible cops at night.
That's
They're supposed to
crazy.
sleep at night. Like normal citizens, you know?
So the lamp has a friend? That's Don't talk about the horse lamp like that.
Get a horse lamp? What shape?
No. Have you
Hello, Rusty.
ever shown you the horse lamp?
No.
I haven't? Okay.
You have a horse lamp?
No, I don't have a horse lamp, but there's a horse lamp I want. But it's like 4K. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll
Chat,
show you the
Ellie's
horse lamp.
birthday soon. Don't know fun.
It's in my bookmarks somewhere.
The PS4 version is $20. That's insane.
I
don't
lied.
have my
It's
PS4 anymore.
It's 12K, but still. You know what? I'll put it in chat right here, so everyone can look at it. Look at that horse lamp.
Oh.
It's huge. It's like the size of a real horse.
Oh.
Can I have it?
Dude, that looks sick.
See, I know what I want for Christmas.
Look at the example images. Like
I know, I'm
look
saying
at
like
this one. No, like
It's
look at this
huge.
one. Like, ask, honey, can you come and help me quick? No, the horse is in the way. We have a horse. Yeah, your fucking lamp.
You know what I find funny? That you can buy the horse lamp and a 20-watt white LED bulb, and you still have to pay for the fucking light. I'm like,
It doesn't
if
take you the bulb.
if I pay
Honestly-
12K for a horse lamp, please just give that to me for free. What the fuck?
Honestly, if I would sell that lamp. I would be like, what bulb? Yeah, it's on me.
Yeah, like
Sorry.
just give me the light bulb for free. You know what I mean?
What do you wait? Hang on. I want to understand how the fuck you paid 12
do that.
grand
I'll
for a
go and pee.
lamp,
Be right back.
and they don't give you a lifetime supply of light bulbs.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Sorry.
No.
I clicked the wrong thing.
Why? Why would you do that to me?
You know what's even funnier? This lamp has 4 reviews if you scroll down.
Somebody bought that shit. Wait.
4 people.
What the fuck?
But yeah, that's
have to
the
pay
horse lamp I
30
want.
Fucking dollars for that bulb?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I'm
shit better be
saying.
free. That
Like,
shit
give it
better
to me
be
for free.
to see the reviews.
But yeah.
All 5-star. Fantastic.
Yeah. It better be 5-star if you pay fucking 12K for a horse lamp. About to be 5 reviews when Ellie gets her hands on it. True. True. I'ma buy this with Twitch money.
I'm sorry. Hang on. One of the reviews here has piqued my interest.
Wait, which one? Which one?
After weeks of mulling around in stables with local breeders, my depression began to take
Oh,
hold.
yeah.
I needed a big black stallion that comfort me.
Guys, what the fuck am I listening? What is it?
Upon the passing of Finnegan, whom was my champion Holsteiner dressage horse, I sought something to fill the void that only I thought an equestrian stallion could satisfy. After weeks of mulling around in stables with local breeders, my depression began to take hold. I needed a big black stallion to comfort me. This lamp did just that.
Ellie, did you just read out
After
your own
making this
review?
purchase, of which I at first I didn't think I could handle, I was pleasantly surprised by how big but manageable it was.
Ellie, you went me.
After positioning it just right, it did what it needed to do. But I can't mount it like my previous steed. It does great to give me it does bring me a great visual reminder of Finnegan's lust and power.
That's insane.
Oh, Finnegan, how I miss you.
So, guys, what Ellie is saying is basically that she is a horse girl.
I'm going to bed.
I didn't hear you're a horse girl, Ellie. Yeah,
I am. I
that's
love
crazy.
horses.
Oh my god.
I noticed.
Cried.
Oh.
Okay, remember all deals for the late night, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna just get rid of these ones that are like active right now.
Okay. So chat, I need your help. What are like nicknames for country girls? Because Ellie is clearly one. Is that why you like corn so much?
What? Hey, everyone likes corn. Corn is great. Corn is yummy. Who doesn't like corn?
Oh, you don't know the meme. Okay, never mind. You're innocent.
I mean, if you mean porn, then yeah. But like,
No, I mean corn. But like, how does like the plant thing look like? The fruit.
the fruit. Yeah, I mean,
It is a fruit.
just because it's. You know what? Whatever. I get it.
Guys, I'm leaving the house today and you can't stop me.
How dare you?
You fucking what?
I'm getting seeds and pills.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
You fucking what?
I'm getting very legal things. I'm scared to look behind me. I'm just gonna keep running. I'm scared I'm gonna see her.
You can roam around freely for now.
I'm just getting the supplies, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Where's the phone?
Did the phone jump scare you?
She came up running next to me while I was looking at my phone. Oh, you got the hot pink one too? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Make sure you clean it real good though.
Wait, who's calling the cops?
Wait, who's calling the cops?
We should run.
We should probably
We should run. It's okay. I got the bong. Don't worry.
These people.
Okay, good.
So technically, we're just keeping the rent down, you know?
I mean, yeah, you're doing your part.
Why does this say? Why does this graffiti is called "I love Mitsubishi"?
Because they like Mitsubishi.
Yeah. They love it.
Okay. Sounds ready.
What was I gonna do today? I don't remember. Crack. You're right. Quack. Quack.
Quack.
Quack.
Man, I want some. How much cash do you two have?
I have 1,820.
I'm about to buy a skateboard. Hold on.
I hope it doesn't
1.7K.
use for laundered money. Because we need 15 grand in the bank account.
I broke into the warehouse. Min.
Wait, how?
There's a skateboard trick you can do.
Crazy. I didn't know that.
Oscar, just sell me shit. Thank you. Okay, I need one of the... Oh, I need to pull out some money.
Wait, I can give you cash. Don't use it from the bank account. Because we're already at max. Where are you? Wait, just come back to the... Oh yeah, come to the motel. We should have a shelf here, right?
Maybe? I can't remember if we left one in there.
Oh, we don't. But let's go to the other.
Whee.
Up here? Oh, it's empty. There's just some trash.
With the apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Did we leave just trash behind? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellie?
Yeah. What?
Ellie?
What?
Ellie?
Ellie, where the...
No! She got the... Oh no! She's Mike Tyson!
I look good.
Oh, goodness.
I look great.
Nah, you gotta talk like him.
No. I'm busy.
Maybe here, check the table.
You want me to show you the warehouse trick?
Yeah, wait, well, where's my skateboard?
I might be using your skateboard.
Einstein. Hello.
Oh.
I'm gonna go feed the
Blah,
cats real
blah.
quick. I'll be right back.
I'll do the drugs.
Drugs.
Hey, Einstein. Come on here.
I also want
Blah.
food. Okay, Nippy, I'm coming.
Okay,
To
okay.
the warehouse. On my way.
In me mom's car.
I'm already there.
I'm just grabbing the stud rope. Excuse me. Okay. Where are you?
Give me a second. I'm doing quick the deals. I'm at the warehouse.
No, you're not.
I am.
I'm at the warehouse.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Okay, so you back up against the door. You hop
Okay.
on your skateboard and you press E.
Whoa, that's sick!
You can break in.
I probably shouldn't hold my gun in here. What if I start fighting?
This is... And now we can make myth. Let's go!
In this game.
I like meth.
All right, I'm gonna get that drop.
Too late.
How dare. Hi Blast, hi Ty, how are you doing? Dabs, what is this, 2012? How are you doing? Ty, thank you so much for the 21 months resub.
Wow.
Dabs again, how are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's your December going so far? Well, which was 2012? True. Also, oh my god,
True.
maybe I'm still jealous that you got those shoes. I'm so fucking jealous.
I return.
They're buried
Welcome
in my
back.
closet somewhere. I haven't
Thank
worn
you.
them in so long.
So once I have mine, we need to get you your passport when you come to Europe, and we do like cosplay together.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a good idea. December's fucking me in the ass and pulling my hair, not in a good way. Fuck. If you want, I can hold your ass for you. Guys, I'm allowed to be parasocial to Ty. They're a good friend. They held my ass already.
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Please do it.
What the fuck?
Hi,
You
hi
creep.
Mike Tyson. I'm a big fan. I'm
Hello.
a big fan of Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Can
what's
you-
up? I'm
you don't-
calling
you
the
don't really
police.
you don't really sound like Mike Tyson.
I am calling the police.
You're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Bitch.
Guys, I can't miss from this distance.
Yeah, you can.
Wanna try me?
I don't.
Oh, goodness.
Do it in the forehead. Wait, I'm missing something. Hold on.
I actually was about to shoot.
How? What? Not again.
In your game, you definitely can. Those were tests. Oh my god, Crooked is here.
Foxy, don't shoot her. She will suffer more if she lives. Crooked, fuck you.
Oh my god, so true, Umfi.
Stop it. Let me die.
Yeah, no, illegal.
Man.
Am I the only one here
is?
that gets excited to see Crooked in chat?
I get excited, I just don't show it because I don't want him to get an ego. It's very different.
You know what's funny? If you die on stream, you get banned, which means you can't even appeal for an unban, which means your family doesn't get your payout.
Insane.
That's
Guys.
actually crazy.
Welcome to Twitch. Sorry, I need to take care of my tea real quick. Just die off camera, guys. Be right back. 2 minutes. Need to die.
All right.
Need to die off camera.
See ya.
Hey guys, I did some stuff off stream. So today we're streaming from a psych ward.
Hell yeah.
North screening here. Oh, I got some hot tea. Oh, it tastes so good. So, why are you littering, newbie?
I haven't cleaned it up yet. I'm not done.
Aching my head.
No.
Do we have enough trucks?
Yeah, I'm using speed growth, so we should have enough by tonight.
Okay.
Sexy.
And then I'll get some meth going, and we won't sell it. I'll mix a highly addictive blend, and then we should get a shit ton of customers for it.